for the presentation, and I thank the fellow councillors, and I want to agree with all the points that my fellow councillors have made, and I'm looking for the manager to robustly reject this planning application. And I just could we go to, I don't want to go over all the points again, but just could we go to the slide for the Natura impact statement? It's just that at the pre-planning meeting, on board Penola brought the attention of the developer to 3 or 4 major points, and one of the things was the view to St. Anne's, and we could see there previously we had a map with all the vistas, all the visual points, and it was like quite self-serving because they didn't have any visions from the north side, which is quite which, as I said, you've taken that into account. But this Natura impact statement, like, I'm looking for the management to robustly challenge this statement. This is self-serving as well. The 4th point there, the developer and the Natura impact statement is admitting like the loss of the ex situ habitat. It's admitting that's gone. And you can't just extinguish bird habitats. That pays no regard to the EU habitat directives. You just can't just extinguish. We should extinguish the bird sanctuary down in the lagoon, then would be the next thing we would do. So I'd like you to challenge that impact statement, to put resources into that and put professional people in to have a look at that, to concentrate on that statement and just try and challenge everything. It's very self-serving. The geese, like a lot of that information comes, I think, from one season, 2 surveys. There would be over several years before you could find movement of geese, what they're doing. It would take several years to come up with a proper study, and they'll just have a quick study, not loyal to any one feeding inland site. But if we're going to be removing sites, and I would contend that site has been interfered with, and the grass hasn't been cut, the gates have been locked, and no one has been allowed to go in there and cut the grass and tend the site. It's just been ignored. So they're just totally ignoring the EU habitat site and totally just ignoring the directive. And I think that's what my main point in this is to challenge that impact statement, because it's just totally self-serving. The other councillors mentioned about the sports clubs now coming on board. I think that's a big point. Now, Board Penola didn't mention it in their points, but I think it's a little bit different now because the Z15 is community use, and the community now is coming together, the sports clubs and all. And there's a loss of pitches. That we had an inventory there of pitches about a year or so ago, and we're not getting any new ones. And all those clubs are growing. I think the Clontarf Football Club, or I think at the time of the last development planning application, was the 4th biggest soccer club in Dublin. They're all growing, and the pitches, we're not getting any new ones. So I think that is important on the Z15. That Board Penola didn't point it out, but I think we should point it out. And the drainage, then, we're losing that soakage area. And the home oaks are down there south of that, and that's all water, all drainage in for them, and I think they could be negatively impacted, and I want that mentioned as well. Now, just the point I made at the start, just to clarify, we opposed this application before, and I'm looking for the city manager, the CEO, to aggressively to do everything we can to oppose this again. So the point that Councillor Horgan-Jones brought up about there might be a bit of a legal issue there, to get independent legal advice, the Natura statement, to aggressively challenge it. Like, there's statements made there that I don't know are factually, to challenge aggressively, do everything we can to stop this, to protect our buffer zone. Not opinions, to get in there and passionately and do it. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.